found out about solving for systems. The first thing is, what does it mean to solve a system? If you choose to, this is my little bit of notes. It's going to be very quick. Okay, Nick.
Well, they give you two.
Guys.
They give you two linear equations. You have to graph them, and then you find the point, or if there is a point where they intersect.
Yeah, so when you're solving it, you're looking for the intersection. So whenever it says to solve a system, that's what the solving is. It is to looking for the intersection. A system is a group of equations. Now, in yesterday and in today and tomorrow, we are just going to be working with lines. But there are other equations we will be working with. We know other equations like our parabolas, and we know our absolute values. So those are things that can be in your system also. But we're just going to talk about lines for a couple of days. All right. So there are, when we are talking about two lines, we have three types of solutions. All right, Tony, tell me one type of solution. If you have two lines, what could happen with those two lines? Okay, so so one type would be parallel lines, right? So that would be no solution. And also, just so you guys remember, then that means that the slope, or your m, is the same, right? So your slopes are the same. They're equal to each other. All right, there's two more types of them. Hannah, what's another type of solutions we can have? If we have two lines, they could be parallel. What's another thing they could do? They could cross, is right. So they could cross at some point, and so that means we have one solution. And that means our slopes are different. And then we have our third type, our last type.
The line is the exact same.
The same line is right. So we have the same line. And Dylan, do you know what would happen with our slope and y-intercept if we had the same line? There'd be infinitely many solutions. And just so you know, if you have the same line, that means that you have both of them will have the same slope and the same intercept, right? Because that's what a same line is. It's the exact same thing. So when you get it to the y equals mx plus b, it will look the exact same. All right. If you have not taken out your homework yet, take your homework out.
Where do I get that?
Yeah, it should be under the Algebra 2 thing. All right. All right, Rebecca, what'd you get for? You don't have it out yet. Number one. -4, -4. Very good. Austin, what'd you get for number 2? 2, 3 is right. Dylan, what'd you get for number 3? No solution. Number 4, Marissa, what'd you get? For number 4? So, 2, 3. So, how did you do number 4? Yeah, but how? Tell me how to graph it. You gotta pretend I don't know anything. So do the first one. So you what? So I start at 2. So I'm gonna go up 1 and I'm gonna go over 3. And then up 1 and over 3 would be about right there. So then you take your ruler or whatever. And I go like that. Alright, then what? Little off. I know. -2. Then down 1 over 1. I'll try to do one with this. Will be better if I use this. Now the one thing is when we are graphing, there is always room for error because and this is probably the one that, because we are graphing, and so human error will allow us to have some error. So what does that solution though look like? No, second. Sorry, Marissa. What the solution to this now? -3, 1. Yep. All right. All right. Questions so far? All right.
Wait, what was 4, 5?
We're not there. 4. No. 3 was no solution. All right. Katie, what'd you get for 5? Yep.
I got -5, 2.
All right. And -5, 2, I would accept. The real answer is -4, 2, but because we're graphing, we can be off a little bit. Dylan, what'd you get for 6? 1, 3. Emily, what'd you get for 7? Oh, okay, go ahead. Yep, there's 2 of you. Sorry, go ahead. -3, 1, and Emily M or Emily L. What'd you get for 8 then?
1 solution.
Yeah, but what was the solution? Where did they cross?
Oh, 2 and -4.
2, -4. Very good. And Chelsea, what did you get for number 9?
Okay.
Number 9. All right. So the first thing that we're going to do is you'd have to set this one to the y equals, right? And then you will graph it. So when we have it, so how do I graph this first one?
You're gonna minus the 12x.
Okay. So we're gonna minus 12x.
Oh, sorry.
Nope, that's fine. Nope, you're great. 12x. So we got 4y is equal to a -12x plus 20. Then what?
You're going to divide by 4.
I'm going to divide by 4.
And then we 12 over 4.
So I get y equals -3x plus 5.
Yeah.
So when I look at this, when you look at the first one and that one, what happened?
They're identical.
They're identical. So what does that mean?
Same line.
Same line, so what does that mean? What's our solution?
Infinite.
Infinitely many. Now, if it says to graph that, you would graph it. You would go at 5, and then down 3, 1, 2, 3 over 1. And that would be the graph of it. But the answer, the solution, is infinitely many. All right, and the last one, Brianna, what did we get for 10?
I didn't know how to do that one.
All right, so
Wait.
what would we have to do first to be able to graph this? There's many ways to be able to graph it, but let's
Get y by itself.
okay, so get y by itself. So I have 3y is equal to a negative x minus 3. What do you want to do to get y by itself? I'm going to divide by 3. So I have y is equal to negative 1/3 x minus 1.
So go down -1.
Okay.
So over -1 down 3.
Okay, so I'm going to go down,
Okay,
down 1, and then over 3. Alright. And you always, if you want another point, you can always go up and then over this way 3. So up 1, 2, 3. And so that's my, and I'm going to alright. Then we have 4x minus 3y is equal to 12. And what am I going to do to be able to graph that? Okay, so what am I going to do first? So I'm going to minus 4x. So I got negative 3y is equal to a negative 4x plus 12. By? Yep. So I get y is equal to negatives are positive, so I have 4/3 x, and then 12 divided by negative 3 is negative 4. So then, just wait, we don't know yet. So we got to go down negative 4, right, because that's where we start. So we start at negative 4, then what do I do? So you go up 4, yep, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then over 3, 1, 2, 3. So we have to guess what that approximately is.
2, -2.
And so you want to take a wild guess what you think that is?
Let's see. Sorry.
So your x is first.
Okay. 1.5.
1.5,
-1.5.
negative 1.5. And we'll see later how close we are on that. Very close though. All right. When we are graphing this, we're going to have some errors. It's not going to be the exact number that it's supposed to be. However, today we're going to learn how to do substitution, and we're going to be able to get the exact numbers. So let's get ready for notes for today, or how are you? So if you want, you have to stay tuned to the substitution.